I am in the midst of a lot of confusion. I am battling between man's word and God's law. But it is because of certain individuals that have given me the strength to believe that there is a better day. I was sitting with my mother a few days ago in her house, and because of a troubling situation brewing with my children, I have been very upset behind a lot of things. And of course, my mother is a very emotional lady. A lot of people say that she's too strong-willed. A lot of people dislike my mother because of the stance that she makes. But I've had to come to her defense in so many times in my own particular family because, like I've told different people, that I don't care what you think about my mother, but you would not talk about my mother because that is my mother. But my mother, in the midst of a conversation this past Saturday, she told me, she said, I know that you love me, but I really don't think that you need me. And it hit me very hard because that was the first time that my mother had ever told me that particular statement. There was times that we would go for weeks and months without talking, and my mother, up until recently, would not give up her emotional release by telling me how she felt about me. But she does it quite often every day, and this is something that pushes me. But when my mother told me that she didn't feel that I needed her, I told my mother, I said, do you realize that if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be who I am? If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't try to strive hard to do what I've tried to do. I am coming across too many people that I'm going into battle with because of my love for you and their jealousy of you or whatever it is. But one of the things before my father passed on, he told me, he said, son, I wasn't a good husband to Mary Ann. So I ask you for me to please look after your mother. Now, my mother, God saved her back in 2016 because she almost lost her life. And that was the one time that things began to change for me. I had to rectify and undo a lot of different scenarios and situations that I put my mother in, such as disrespecting her verbally, hurting her emotionally, making her ponder mentally. But I asked God during that time, is that, Lord, if you allow my mother to take another breath, if you allow my mother to come from this, I would do whatever it is that I have to do to make sure that I bring happiness into my mother's life. Now, the things that I am able to do for my mother, I don't do it to get any personal praise or no accolades, but this is my mother. This is my girl. This is who I'm going to take care of. And I have trouble and strife in my own home, in my own life, because different people that are around me do not like the relationship that I have with my mother. But I tell you right now is that just like from knowing of me, the one scripture reference that I've always believed in is Hebrews 11:1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. But it's because of all of us that when we have gotten to the point in our lives, when we have gotten to that end of our rope, so to speak, when we have gotten to that situation and that scenario to when we feel as like we can't go on, when the bills are upon us, when the physical pain is breaking us down, we tend to just say, Lord, I want to give up, but not my mother. Now, my mother may be a lot of different things to a lot of different people. My mother may have pissed a lot of people off. My mother has a lot of strife going on with her in my immediate family, such as with my son's wife. My son's wife has refused to allow my mother to see her great-granddaughter because of some nonsense. And this is what troubles my mother. I'm going through a lot of different scenarios and situations now because, hey, my kids are now grown, which, just like I've told people, is that, I'm not trying to keep my kids up under me, but I just wanted them to do the right thing. So it is those times when we need to step back. We need to back away from the table, so to speak. We need to take a walk in the wilderness. We need to take a walk in the rain, and we need to ask God, and we need to tell God, I need you. Because I was just in a situation this morning. I was just in a situation a few hours ago. Last night when I was coming home, both of my windshield wipers went out. And I'm driving down 94 in the pouring rain. Now, because of the faith or the prayer that I had in the God, He got me back home safely. I was petrified, because anyone who knows me personally knows that I don't like to drive in rain. Even when I was working as a driver, I dreaded those days when we would have a downpour. Not that I felt as though that I wasn't capable of doing it, but I have always feared driving in rain, because one of the worst situations I've had in my life came in the rain. But it was this morning, after going through a lot of situations in my own home, to where my own heart, my own soul is troubled, which sometimes in the past week I didn't know if I was coming or going. And I reached out to my mother, and I called my mother, and I said, look, I need to talk to you. And she woke up out of her bed, and she got me all the way through from where I was at to where I needed to go to have this mechanic look at my vehicle. And my mother kept telling me, she said, all you have to do is just trust God and let go. Tell God that you need him. Tell God that you want him in your life. And my mother, as many arguments that me and my mother has had in the 54 years that I've lived, my mother was able to get me through my troubled storm. My mother was able to get me to where I needed to go. And then after I found out what it would cost for me to get my vehicle fixed, and I called her and I let her know that I was on my way home, my mother said, I told you you were going to get through it. She said, you got to stop allowing other people to steal your joy. You got to stop allowing people to bring you down. You got to put God first, and you got to stand on his principles. You got to stand on his laurels. You got to believe that he is God, and he will get you through whatever it is that you need to get through. And this is why I stand this morning. I stand today, Wednesday, February 21st, 2018, and this is the first day of the rest of my life. Now, I have a lot of nonsense going on in my inner surroundings. I don't have peace in my own home. I don't have peace in my own family. But you know what? Right now, I'm telling you all today, is that whatever it is that you are going through, whatever it is that you are dealing with, whatever it is that you are contemplating right now, you need to step back from the table, and you need to look up to the heavens, and you need to ask God, please come to me. You need to tell God, I need you. I need you right now. Just like we are as children. When we need something, we go to our mother, we go to our father, and we expect for our parents to help us. And 9 times out of 10, our parents came through. But this is the time when you need to look to Father God, and you need to tell him that I need you. I need you right now. I need for you to come inside of me and change me. I need for you to come inside of me and settle the rough storms. I need for you to wash away the rain and make it sun again. Now, it's not going to be an easy task, because I'm the first one to tell you right now that I am trying to get my life back in order. I allowed things for me to be taken from me. The one love that I have had in my life for the past almost 7 years was my radio shows. I allowed people to make me feel bad, belittle me, put me down, threaten me, to where I didn't even have the enthusiasm to do my shows. But today, I asked God, I said, Lord, I need you right now. I need for you to come back into my life, and I need for you to pick me up and give me my wings back to where I can fly again, back to a better day. Now, I used to think years ago, when I was going through the situations of not being able to pay my utilities were getting cut off. I eventually lost my home. I thought that it couldn't get no worse. But oh yes, I've seen the dark side of life. I've seen the dark side of people. I felt the riveting emotional pain delivered to me from my children. I know this. So today is the day that whatever it is that you are dealing with, whatever it is that you are going through, whatever it is that you're faced with, whatever obstacle, deadline, situation that you're in, you need to go to God and say, Lord, I need you. I need you, Lord, because I need for you to come into me, and I need for you to take me away from the controversies. I need for you to take me away from the situations. I need for you to take me away from the jealousy, the strife, the loose talk of man. And I need for you to change me. I need for you to change me. I need for you to change me. I need for you to change me.
Change me, oh God. Make me more like Wash me through and through. Create in me a clean heart, so that I may worship you. Change me, oh God. Make me more like you. Change me, oh God. Wash me through and through. Just create in me a clean heart, so that I may worship you. I need you to change me. Jesus, change me. Like only you can, Lord, change me. Is anybody out there need the Lord to change something about you? Change me. Whatever's not like you, Lord, I want you to change me. Do it for me, Lord. I dare you to just put your hands on yourself. Lord, I want you to change me. Like only you can, Lord. Change me. Can y'all help me say it? It's easy. I need you to. Oh, come on. Say it like you mean it. Change me. Whatever's not like you, Lord, I want you to. From the inside out, Lord. Oh, a little change. I need you to change me. Or you can say, change me. I need a change. Change this mind of mine, Lord. Change my mouth, Lord. Wonderful change. Y'all remember this? Has come over.